So it's another nice and bright morning here in Udaipur, and as you can probably make out, I have a bad throat. This beautiful lake is the Fateh Sagar Lake, and I'm sure if you've seen my previous video, you remember looking at this lake and also Lake Pichola from the very great height of the Sajjangarh Monsoon Palace. Our plan for today though is less grand, I should say. I think my sound today almost sounds like it's somebody else. Sorry about that. Anyway, so this is our plan for today. This place is not at an elevation, in fact it's at a very low height, and it's called Saheliyon ki Bari. This is actually a very beautiful garden which was created in the early 1700s, and there's a very interesting facet of its low elevation that we'll talk about soon. So here's one important thing I want to call out up front. Given the nature of this place, because this is supposed to be a garden, you will notice that this video and this place isn't as grand and as majestic as, let's say, the city palace that we saw earlier, or the Sajjangarh palace, or some of the other places within Udaipur. Though this place, Saheliyon ki Bari, has its own charm, and in this video, with my slightly off voice, we will try to experience that charm of Saheliyon ki Bari, and we'll also talk a little bit about the history and the unique nature of the fountains that you see right there within Saheliyon ki Bari. Wow, look at that. That dome in the distance, it looks so beautiful. It's the trademark dome, which is also sometimes colloquially called the onion dome, because it looks a little bit like onion. I think onion dome is definitely not the right term. I would almost take it back. I think this dome is too beautiful to be called by that name, and so is true for all the other domes of this type. Wow. This is so beautiful, and I think I'm so self-conscious today because my voice is so off, but I'm not sure, like, is this low-pitched voice better than my actual voice? I don't know. But anyways, this is a beautiful view of Saheliyon ki Bari, and one thing that people often wonder, and I was wondering as well, is why these fountains are so low and they're not really as intense and as powerful as some of the better fountains would be. And there's a very important and scientific reason behind that. So the thing about these fountains is that they don't really run on electricity. They actually run on the difference in elevation of this place and the nearby lake that we just now crossed, which is the Fateh Sagar Lake. So that lake is actually on a significantly higher altitude, and therefore when that water comes into Saheliyon ki Bari, it can automatically be made to go to certain heights in the form of these fountains, and that's how these beautiful fountains are running inside Saheliyon ki Bari. How interesting, right? And that's also the reason why they don't seem that powerful, because they're natural. I think she's probably a solo traveler. And solo travel in India wasn't really something that was common till a few years ago, but I think now, in a very good way, we see so many people traveling on their own and exploring places and also exploring themselves as they travel. So that's a good thing. And honestly, I'm surprised at how beautiful this place is, and also getting to know about those interesting fountains. It's quite fascinating. Wow, and of course the plants and flowers here are beautiful. So this is another interesting part of the garden. It's like the lotus garden, and I'm sure when all of those flowers are in bloom, this would look so beautiful and so colorful. Unfortunately, right now is not that moment. Anyway, so there are a few more parts to this garden. There's also a museum within the garden, but our plan for today, as for this garden goes, would end right here, because I am very hungry, and I guess you are too. Oh my god, I'm so hungry just looking at this. I just cannot wait. But I have to record this to show this to you. Hopefully you can also smell the aromas and then taste all of this. This is the second Rajasthani thali, and as you can see, this has so many things going on, and this is so wonderful and so delicious and so filling. The food was absolutely amazing, and this beautiful little lake that we are passing now is called the Doodh Talai. It's so beautiful, and it's late afternoon now, so we are also getting this good lighting. Wow, the lighting is even more beautiful now with the setting sun. And this is about it for today's video. I know this was short, but this is it. I'll catch you again. Bye.